My goal here is simple. Funner for everyone.
Hey, Jane, you having fun?
Woo!
Is that legal?
Because around here, funner is a state of mind.
All right, what is going on, Laker fans? Thank you very much for being a part of Lakers Talk Daily. It's been a second here. I feel like it's been a second here. I know we haven't had Lakers basketball since what day was that? Is that back on Wednesday? Next game is coming up on Thursday. Obviously, I had the All-Star game yesterday. No thank you on that. I don't know if you guys are big All-Star game fans, but let's just say, yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right if I never watch an All-Star game for the rest of my life, but we'll keep that one as it is. Got one specific topic that I want to get into today. I want to spend some time on LeBron's comments, Lakers making the playoffs, how important these games are going to be for his career. Before I do so, quick shout out here. Find your funner state of mind with a visit to Harris Resort SoCal, voted best resort in Funner, California. From dining to unwinding, you'll find fun around every corner. Learn more at harrissocal.com. Appreciate their partnership here on Lakers Talk Daily. I've said this before, just 2 hours away from downtown Los Angeles. So always an opportunity to go out there, and we appreciate their partnership. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about everything other than the All-Star game. Is everybody okay with that? Everything but the All-Star game. What I want to spend a little bit of time of is talking about some of those quotes from LeBron. LBJ had some quotes during All-Star weekend that I thought were really interesting. And I think, kind of emphasizes just how important this stage is for not just LBJ, but for the Lakers in general. So I'm going to read off some of his quotes, okay? First, he says, "It's 23 of the most important games of my career for a regular season. Only 23 games left for the Lakers. We all know that. It's a type of mindset that I have, and I hope the guys will have coming back off the break." So he's, talking about here's a team that's sitting in 13th place right now. Here's somebody in his career who did not make the playoffs last season, who is unfortunately in a spot where he could miss 3 of 5 years of playoff games with the Lakers. That obviously is something that nobody wants to be a part of, but that's realistic. It could happen. Lakers got a ton of work to do, and there's no guarantee of where they're sitting right now that they are going to make the postseason. So let's see what eventually happens. He went on to say, "I want to make a push to make the playoffs. I don't want to see myself not being a part of the postseason for 2 straight years. It's just not a part of my DNA. We're sitting up here talking about the scoring record, things of that nature. That's all cool. But I'm more passionate about trying to make a postseason and give ourselves a chance to compete for another Larry O'Brien trophy. That's just who I am. That's where I'm cut from." So I got a couple of thoughts on this. First off, I know initially you read that and you say to yourself, wait a minute. Come on, Bron. What do you mean it's the most important 23 games of your regular season career? When I first hear that, I start thinking about, his time in Cleveland or in Miami. I think about even his time with the Los Angeles Lakers. It's like, all right, I think you're being a little dramatic here. But when you really think about it, I see where he's coming from. Whether I agree with it or not, I see the point he's trying to make. The point he's trying to make is this. The point is simple. The point is, look, the Lakers are obviously trying to make the postseason, and for him, it gives him, whether it's his last shot at a chance of winning an NBA championship. I know that sounds so unrealistic right now when you're 13th in the Western Conference, so I certainly understand that. But with all that in mind, I think the point that he's trying to make is this is it. Either I'm going to make the playoffs and give myself another opportunity at year 20 to at least just get in and give me a 7-game shot against Memphis, or giving me a 7-game shot against the Denver Nuggets, one of those 2 teams, or it could very easily be the last time, at least of the purple and gold, where you sit there and you say to yourself, okay, well, what makes you think anything is going to change next season as far as a postseason run? And I know we could look at the team and say, look, the team is a lot better than it was before the All-Star break or before the trade deadline, which I don't disagree with. But what I have a difficult time is if they didn't make the playoffs with this team, with teams like Utah and Portland and Oklahoma City in front of them, well, why do you think it's going to get any easier next year? And oh, by the way, Anthony Davis's health, LeBron James's age, there's other factors that come into it as well. So I get what he's saying about those 23 games being so incredibly important. And look, this isn't just about LeBron James. If you're a Laker fan, and I've said this for a long time now, you got to make the playoffs this year. I don't care how the hell you do it. You got to make the playoffs this year. Can you please give your fan base a shot and an opportunity of filling up Crypto.com arena and having 20,000 fans actually cheering for playoff basketball? It's been, I know this is crazy, but go back and look at it. 2012, 2013, Lakers were in the playoffs. Kobe tore his Achilles, if you guys remember, towards the end of the season there. Lakers still got in. They got swept by the Spurs. That's the last time you had 20,000 or 19,000 fans at Crypto.com for a playoff game, a true playoff game. 6 years go by. Lakers don't make the playoffs after that. COVID hits, and the Lakers are in Orlando, obviously in the bubble. The following year, they do play the Phoenix Suns in the first round at Crypto, but it's limited capacity. They don't make the playoffs last year. It would be 10 years that they don't make the postseason and they fill up that place because of circumstances and everything else. So Bron obviously feeling a certain way about it, but I look at it more. I get where Bron's coming from, but I also I try to look at it more from a Laker fan perspective as well. Yes, the team won an NBA championship. I don't want to make it sound like they did it 2.5 years ago, but damn, you got too good of a squad, too much talent to just not be one of the top freaking 8 teams to make the playoffs. 8 teams make the playoffs. I know 10 get in the playing tournament, but still. All right, another quote I want to read real quick. I hope I can figure out a way to just make sure that I'm available on the floor every single night for these 23 games to give us a chance. Give our group a chance to be able to compete every night. Gives ourselves a chance to win every night so we can give ourselves a chance to get into the postseason. So that might be one of the biggest factors, right? Bron missed 3 games in a row right before the All-Star break. Obviously came back in that final one against the Pelicans. I think that's everybody's concern. What if Bron is not able to go in some of these games because of that foot/ankle injury that he has? Be devastating. I know it'd be devastating for him. And it probably it'd be the difference of the Lakers making the playoffs and not making the playoffs. All right, quick shout out here from the Riverside County Sheriff Department.
I'm Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco. Are you satisfied with a job, or are you looking for an exciting career? If you think you have what it takes, I have a tan and green uniform with your name on it. Come and get it.
The Riverside County Sheriff Department is hiring for 911 dispatchers, deputy sheriff, correctional deputies, and other support services. Apply online today at joinrsd.org. That's joinrsd.org. Thank you to their partnership as well. Lake fans, I'm going to throw this one out to you. How important is this as a fan, just in these final 23 games, to see the Lakers make the postseason? Or does it, if you're not competing for a championship, it's not that big of a deal either way? I disagree. I think just get in the dance and see what the hell happens. I think it's so damn important. I really, really do believe that. But I'd love to get your opinion on it as well. I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about Russell Westbrook, and what's going on with him and what it means, how Laker fans feel Russ joining the Los Angeles Clippers. I think that's a little bit of an interesting narrative there. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Thank you. Please subscribe to our ESPN LA YouTube channel. Would greatly appreciate that as well. Thank you, Laker fans.